Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Ruth Marquise. Welcome to Ruth in the Bag. Yeah. Welcome to our money show. We're going to talk about our finances today. This is Ruth in the Bag, where we break down bad money habits and build up wealth. Okay? So if you're ready, say you're ready. Here we go. So let's get down to it. The nitty gritty. How was your week? How was your financial week? Did you make money? Did you save money? Did you budget your money? If you did not budget your money, what are you doing? So this week, overall, I would say it was the period of redemption. I felt so horrible last week that I just kind of fell off. But then I was like, this is helping me because I was able to um, benefit from the things I was doing. And so it really helped me this week. And so we did a couple things. We were able to help one of our clients to um, lease a space, and we were able to put a client under contract. She's like, I gotta buy this, gotta buy by the end of this year. And we did that, and we jumped through a million hoops to get it done. At one point, I thought it was not gonna happen at all. I was like, well, listen, you win some, you lose some. I heard that my whole life. And at night, I said, we lost one, Ruth. And early one Sunday morning, the next day, she signed everything and everything was all right. Hey, Keisha, how are you? So, Ruth in the bag, we're going to break down. All right, let's go to our financial report card. I'm not going to hold you up. No, with further ado. Okay, so wait, before, what had happened, y'all, before I start? So I was going to do $100 a day, my side hustle, but I realized, obviously, when I had so many things to do, I was like, well, maybe if I'm going to do full day, the best thing I did all week was time map and block out time for this and that and all that. So I'm structuring my week to maximize the hours that I have, but also maximize my free thinking time and my lead generation time. And so we have to realize that our resources do not only include money, they include time. And when you are short of money, you are not short of time. Sometimes you're short of both, right? But that just means you're in transition and everything gonna be all right. Okay. So I gave myself some grace, and it's like so good because like realistically, Ruth, you got to be realistic. Realistically, I need a number that I know I have to hit, right? So it's a $50 a day, and then when I'm not at the office, it's $100 a day, and I'm cool with that. Okay, but then that now when I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's not the goal that you keep saying that you want to hit. But when I hit that goal, I'm like, trained. It's like the only thing I do, and which is financially counterproductive. I need you to hear me on this. I need you to hear. Have you ever been counterproductive? Have you ever done things that seemed good? You was busy, but it really wasn't making you the money. Now, let me be clear, okay? For all of y'all who are thinking of a side hustle, okay? Side hustle, I don't know. I don't know about other people, but it don't pay my rent. It don't pay my bills. It don't pay my housing payment. It does not pay. Like I don't hustle that hard to be like, got it, got it. I don't do it that way. I just, I hustle the other way and I get the real money, right? So it works well when you have a job because what happens is you're ready, like I'm ready for my side hustle, and then what happens? Slow. Oh, it rains. Oh, you have an emergency. All these things pop up, or you just don't feel like it. All of these things can happen, but you know for sure if you went to work, you clocked in, you did your thing, then you would have the money. So it's better to have something solid plus your side hustle. But in emergencies, you could work your side hustle like your job, and that's more solid. But with people that are business owners, You can't give up your one thing, which is your main thing, for a side hustle. That is not wise. But you may have to balance it and juggle it. Okay, if you know what I'm talking about, let me know. All right, so financial report card. Here we go. All right, let's see what we did this week. How did you do? How did you do? How did you do? Oh, by the way, shout out to me. Okay, let me tell you why. Shout out to me because, like, I was watching a content creator and the person was like, oh, I don't share my dating life on the internet. And I was just like, what ain't that about a big? Everybody's talking about, you don't got to go into divulge into details, right? But everybody that is sharing and letting people know what's up, they say a little bit about their situation so you know it's real. There's no accountability there when you're not saying what you're going through. Here at Ruth in the Bag, I'm showing y'all what's up. I'm showing you the struggle, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly. So I was doing so with Ruth in relationships. So it's like it's like you're watching me pull myself out the gutter, okay? Now you might be in the gutter too. You're watching me pull myself out the gutter. So you get to a point where it's like, all right, we good now. We're not sharing past this point. That's what you got to respect. That's when it's like, all right, enough of that, right? But as I climb up, there's going to be a point where I'm just like, I'm not telling y'all what I made for X, Y. Well, I don't tell you what I make now, but I'm not going to have to give you the details, but I can show you the process, because a lot of times you're getting advice, right? And they can't show you where they are right now, right? They can't show you where they are right now because, like, one of my mentors was saying, like, Ruth, I just want you to document your process, right? Document your entire process, because that's the one thing I wish I could do. I'm coaching people, but I can't remember all the details of what I did. So as you're watching, oh, now you're gonna make me emotional. And as you're watching me, because I was like, I only did one coaching call with her, but why is it still affecting me to this day, right? On the flip side, I did a coaching call with somebody else, and I was like, that is not it. But yeah, till this day, you see me documenting all of my processes online just so I can help others and help myself remember all the things I went through and all the details. Like, I can't remember what happened the first show. So, of course, 10 years from now, I'm not going to be able to tell you what I did. And the new person needs to know what that person did on the ground floor. But you're so busy fighting the good fight, you don't remember exactly what happened. Or it's not like you don't have the time to sit down and say it. So Ruth in the Bag is a show where you can just see from 0 to the sky is the limit. Okay. All right. So let's show you show me what you got, little lady. All right. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. Are we here? Are we here yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? All right. So we've been doing this financial report card. Okay, let's see. Here we go. All right. So here we go. As you can see, the first week, I wish we put the week numbers in there. Then we went up. Okay, we did good. We did better. All right. After that, we start shaping up in some ways. Oh, looking much better. A minus. C plus. That was probably last week. C plus was probably last week. This week, ding, 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 ding. Okay, check this out. So I'm gonna break down the grades for this week. All right, it's gonna just look like this. Okay. Earning, I would say A minus. I'm gonna break it down all the way. I was like, well, how do I determine what with the different streams, how do I determine if I'm doing good? And as far as now money now, I did okay because I didn't like to see that big fat zero. It got on my nerves. I was like, I got to do some more side hustling. So that's my now money now, and I only hit 37% of my goal, but the new goal. Soon money soon. I didn't do anything with that. Next money next. I mean, soon money soon was affected because I really didn't sit down and really go in like and work my other businesses. But this is how it all ties in. So now that I put the time map together, right? Now that I schedule time blocking. If you don't have a time block, it ain't real, right? If it's not in your calendar, it's not real. All right. So now that I have a time block for it, it's on my mind every day. Okay, I gotta make sure I do that business and make sure those things happen. So that's gonna come up soon. And that's when I'll feel proud, like, oh my gosh, I got an A. Not just, oh, one good thing happened and I'm so happy I get an A. No. Like I'm really hard on myself. It is what it is. And that's how you're able to improve. And the guilt makes you want to do better next week. Next money next. I did, like I said, I put a client under contract. Or I did do close on a transaction. So it's time between the time you close the transaction and the time you get paid. So I was actually paid, but for me, I was like, what's new? So the new one was the putting somebody under contract. And I will consider that last money last because I get upfront money and I get back end money. So last money last would be the closing. I guess that's part of next money next would be that. So I hit both of those. So I gave myself A minus because it just didn't feel right to go by the numbers. It didn't feel right. So I had to change it. I had to fudge it, y'all. I had to fudge it because I did make money and it was better than making what's it called? Side hustle money. Okay. So yeah, I did my thing. Okay. So that is it. So when it comes to spending, I got a B minus, and here's why. I decided to let me split my screen for y'all. Okay, I decided, hey y'all, how you doing? I decided to cut days of daycare. Okay, so here's a tip. Here's a pro tip. All right. I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me slide this over. There you go. You can. The best way to save money is to cut your. This is what I learned. The best way to save money is to cut your housing expense or your car. But remember, we went and I did all of the money that I spend monthly. I'm gonna put a note to redo that. Redo my monthly expenses and see where it's at with the daycare, because what's going to happen is now that I believe in savings, which I wasn't, I could say I believe it, but I wasn't doing the job. I wasn't. So now that I believe in savings, now that I understand what it's like to go tap that, have a place to go, a reservoir, a nice, beautiful spring. That's why I didn't work that much. I was like, nah, let me go get that money right. I was like, this feels nice. So now that I knew, now that I got that taste of that life, child, I'm not going back. Mm-mm. So paycheck to paycheck ain't for me. So what happened? Oh, so I cut daycare, and that is going to save me $560 a month. That was my next line item that I was paying a lot for. So it just took, like, my expenses, man, it took them from a number that I was like, this is astronomical. Like, this is not making any sense, to a more manageable number. And now I could take that money and invest it and put it into the things I know I need to put it into. All right. So that was good. The spending was good because I got only like a B or something. What was it? Here we go. Spending was a B only because it's like, if I wasn't tapping into the savings, I only tapped into it because I knew it's getting paid in the future. So I was like, why work so hard? No, no, not like that. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm still working. I just want to side hustle a little less. But yeah, so I was like, all right, I'll replace it when I get paid. And that's what I did. So track, but it would have been better if I had a solid plan and I worked my plan and I did not have to touch my savings. So I will not get no A's until I don't touch it, which this week I should be okay. I should be good. Um, when it comes to tracking, I gave myself a B plus because I kind of know what like the budget. I stuck to. I wrote down. Let me show you. Um, I'll show you. I'll show you how green I am. Right. So this is the needs, the wants, all of that stuff. All the little uh, things I spent is right here. The plan, the budget, and then when I check that back against it, uh, it actually, um, I actually did the plan. I actually worked the plan. Hold on, I got a little uh, finessing to do with this computer. I mean, this is helping me. I don't know about you, but it's helping me for real. All right. And it's making me think I can do so much more. And it's making you come out of survival mode. Like, oh, see, I learned the lesson of you can replace your money, but not your time. I'm like, no, I'm going to dwindle down to nothing. And I was like, no more. And I just was like, when the money came back, the big key was, and I'm about to get to that savings. The big key was it's a personal loan. I had to pay myself first. How many years have you been hearing pay yourself first? How many years? And then so the budget is like I spent the money like it has to everything is like I think it calls they wrote some budget or whatever. Like the money has to go somewhere. It has to everything has to go a certain place, right? This was the one before, like an entire check. How did I do with this stuff? Let me see, emergencies and retirement. I didn't even get to all the saving stuff because I wanted to get the emergency fund all the way up. I had to pay some huge bills, and I did. So I was just like, you know what? Just let me get out of this situation first. More checks coming. We'll be fine. All right. So cool. So yeah, that was that. But back to the report card. No, why y'all keep? Okay. Let's see what you got now. Okay. So tracking, I got a B plus because I did that sheet. So I kind of gave myself a B plus because I did something instead of nothing. The only thing is I didn't track my other expenses. I was writing everything cash and putting on envelope. It was okay, but I can't get no A. Investing. So I got a B in investing this week because I paid for my broker's exam. I'm excited. Pray for me. Um, I paid for it right before the show. So that was my accountability. And what else did I do? I did something else. I paid for the test. What else did I do? I can't remember what I did. But yeah, that's something I did do investing wise. Um, okay. So I have plans to do other things. So investing, that's what I gave myself. I did something in investing, and as you can see, weeks upon weeks, I haven't done anything in investing. So I was glad for that to go up in savings B plus because I am at 66% of my goal. It went from zero child to 70 to 66. I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at all at all. And so that's there to stay. It's going to become a non-touchable account. I'm going to be slided over, not touch it at all. But the funny thing was, as soon as I got paid, I started taking my normal route that I would take to go, like, oh, let me go get some money out. And guess what? I was depositing, I was putting money in. So I know that to savers, it's like, what is she talking about? This is kindergarten. I know, but I was a spender, like bill payer. And I always made sure I paid everybody first. And now I learned to pay myself first. So this is the key to everything. Paying yourself first. Now, are there other things that are pressing? Yes. And then I have to force myself to get up and go work, right? And stop, oh, I don't feel like working. I want to work this and that. So yeah. So yeah, that was it. That was 66% of my I got my final GPA was B plus. Yay. I'll take a B. I'll take a B right now. I'll take a B. Okay, because I've been down low. I've been at the D. Okay, went from a D to a B, and I hit A for 1 week. So hopefully next week we can have more positive movement, and then I'm starting to think, okay, after I hit my goal, I'm at 66%. What's next? Okay, so now when it's what's next, I really think that I'm going to be like coaching, joining a coaching program, or investing in the business, something. I'm gonna do something. So I'm just gonna clean up stuff in the meantime. All right, so we're done with that. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about our title today. I want to talk about our title today. So from from minimalist to millionaire, right? We're gonna start with millionaire, right? So yeah, you can really learn from people online, and my millionaire mentors have taught me. Shout out to Anthony O'Neill, right? Has taught me, and he's brought in other people that were millionaires. See, you see that? You think that the person in front of you has to be a millionaire for you to learn the information, but the information is the information. If I went to a conference and I learned from millionaires, where do you think I got the now money now thing from? Millionaires. Where do you think I got negotiate everything from? Millionaires. I negotiate at the store. Listen, I negotiate at the how about I try to negotiate at the gas station? I sure did. Let me tell you this quick one. So what had happened was they gave me the key to buy a charger. And I was like, oh, you're gonna charge me 10. Hold on. You're gonna charge me $10.99. And then I gotta go take the key myself because you don't want to walk around and open it. Mind you, it might not work. So I was like, well, fine. Since I work for you, give me $1 off. I was like, they was like, oh no. So what lesson learned, don't ask me to go do some stuff like that because I will ask you for a discount. I was like, no, you go charge me $10. No, it's 11, no. And she tried to gaslight me like it's for your benefit, it's good for you. I was like, ma'am, hush, okay? I'll pay the $10.99 plus tax, but don't ever ask me again. Listen. So negotiating, there's so many times, like I just today, somebody was supposed to pay me more money and they try to shave $75 off and hit me with the liner. And I called them so quick, like, hold up, wait a minute. And it wasn't about the money because the money was already paid by another person, but per what we agreed to, and I brought up everything in the conversation, you're going to run me my 75, okay? You're going to run me my 75. Another person was like, oh, well, trying to get me to pay a couple $100. I said, no. Y'all gonna fix that. And guess what? So I saved $575. That was me going to a conference years ago, finding out you can negotiate everything. And since then, I have. You have to ask for a discount. If they say no, they say no. You still gonna move forward. But because people will try to get over on you. So the information is the information. The information can make you money. It can save you money. You telling me I just made in 24 hours an extra $575. You got to do the same thing when the situation comes up. You have to be prepared to negotiate other things too. I had to negotiate. That's another $165. I'm like, before I give you this check that I'm bringing to y'all, like, are there any fees? You know what I mean? And I'm like, because you're gonna have to say it to my face, don't take it on my check. You're gonna say it to my face. She's like, no, Ruth. So I'm just saying, it's the potential to lose. That was a potential to lose over $700. Meanwhile, I just got my client all these repairs. I just got my client over $5,000 in repairs. I saved them money. The appraisal came in with no repairs, so that's money that nobody got to spend. I got the landlord I got them to pay. I think my client had to pay extra $100, but then they didn't want to pay. I'm like, I'm making everybody money. I have to be paid for my services. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes I do feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want to charge. And I'm just like, what would your kids want, ma'am? So anyway, so when and I was on a live and she said, all of these things make sense and they come together very beautifully. As a Dior, she was saying how she has a client and the client had a poverty mindset, a lack mindset. And she was like, oh, I can't move my location. It sounds very close to what I had to go through with somebody else. And I'm like, they're going to follow you. And she's like, no, they're not going to follow me. Oh, they're not going to pay. Oh, this and then the third. And I'm just like, we lose out on so much money and from expanding and moving forward by having a lack mindset. So where is your poverty mentality? It's time to, right? Y'all want to use guns on the internet. How about you shoot up all the negative thoughts in your head? Can you do that? Just don't shoot your head, okay? Shoot the thoughts, let them come out now, right? If you can get rid of these negative mindsets, if you can get rid of poverty mentality, right? My purse, I had to switch out my purse. I still had to buy a new wallet because I saw my wallet and I was like, oh my gosh, it's smoky in here. I said, oh, what you know, when it rains and your business cards get wet, that's what had happened, y'all. Okay, I got to go get a new wallet, but walking around with all them ones, I know y'all was laughing at me last week, but it made me feel like money. I was like, oh, right, because I'm the only plastic I got is the daggone card, the credit card, not credit card, debit card, credit card, right? So those are the only things that I don't really, I used to then carry cash a lot, but actually carrying money makes you feel like you have money. Keeping money on you does something to you. It's a law of attraction. You want to attract money. Thinking that there's all these homes and somebody got to sell, they're going to come to me and there's money everywhere and there's money here, money there. Everybody's making money. Why can't we make money too? Why can't we make money? I can see how side hustling can make you think, right? It's a good thing to be, and I got a compliment. My therapist was like, I see how you even though you make the money up here, you're not going to let down the money down here go. And he's like, that says longevity. And I was like, that's a good compliment. I appreciate that. I had to learn that lesson. That stuff start adding up because once you spend it, it's gone. All right. So moving on. Millionaire moment. Okay. So let's learn from the millionaires right now. All right. So with the millionaires, one guy was saying how you have to learn to live less on what you make. Learn to live less on what you make. You guys think that is so, oh, that's so basic. That's so, no, but you're not doing it. And E.T. himself said, Eric Thomas, he's worth millions of dollars. And he says he lives off of 30% of his income. He said he lived off of 30% of his income. That's why 50, 30, 20 is a priority for me. When I want to know, like, it's just the law, like split it up. It's really for me 50, 20, 20, 10, because I'm putting 10 towards my tithe and then scraping a little bit out the once to put it towards my offering. And then I know this is all I can spend for what I want. This is all I can spend for savings and investing. This is what I can spend for my bills. If there's not enough for the bills, you get your side hustle on. That's how that works. So now those are rules and laws in my financial world. You understand? So when you're doing something and you're certain about it, you start talking about it with confidence. Oh, yes, you do. All right. So let's move on. Live on what less money that you make. I just said I cut my daycare expenses down. If I have to go and I save the money and I go buy him a tablet so he can be happy and stop touching my phone. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. That's what let's put tablet on the list. See, these are the things. Let me tell you something. If I don't have money, I have all the plans in the world. As soon as I get the money, I just be like, put plans. I forget everything. So I gotta remember it. And all right. So the guy was wearing like this plain outfit, Skechers, driving Toyota. Mind you, he's a millionaire. But he had this very expensive watch. And the watch was probably more than 50K. And he says, I do splurge in some places, but not in every place. I do splurge in some places, but not in every place. Today, I took myself out to eat. And I was like, you had to splurge because a little bit, because you're working a lot, sis. Like you're working a lot and you have to do stuff for you or you're going to get crabby, right? You're not going to want to work. You're not going to want to help people. And that's like, you're not helping you. You can't help other people. So you got to take care of you. So, but back in the day, it was always out to eat, ordering food. I think ordering food more than out to eat it was the one of the worst things. I remember back in the day, when I used to get my refund checks, I had to work, I had to cook every single day because I was a stay-at-home mom. So I couldn't wait to get my refund check so I could start ordering food. But in 2 weeks, the money be gone. And I'm like, so I just wasted this money. I could have bought clothes, I could have bought anything. So that's when I knew that, excuse me, trying to save on task, trying to save on task, that work I have to do, see, the same thing. Trying to save money on work I have to do. That's why I didn't do my side hustle, trying to save money on trying to work less. But instead, I need to fix my mind. So I got caught outside in the rain. And the baby so happened to be with me. And we turned it into so much fun. I mean, that's why I was like, yo, this works so well. I pulled him out of daycare. We're doing a side hustle. I'm like, how did I get stuck doing this? I'm like, I'm waiting for a check to clear this and that and the third. So I was like, all right, we're going to go out. And we started like in the rain and just jumping in puddles and having a good time. Like you never, like the best memories is when you're trying to move forward. And one of the what's she Instagram person? She's an Instagram girl, right? Well, she's a influencer. And she was like, well, I don't want to spend, because she was like, why do people have to split the check when all they got was a water, right? She's like, and somebody said, if you broke, just say that, of course, right? Because you would want some, like, why am I paying for you and I just drank water, right? Fair is fair. And so just to prove you're not broke, you're going to pay for everybody's dinner. And so, or chip in. So she was like, well, some people just don't want to spend $200 on going out to eat. They'd rather have $20,000 in the bank. Me, that's me. That's me. That's me. That's me. I'd rather all them $200 meals, because some of y'all make some money. And if you would just cut your expenses like I'm asking you to, you would have $20,000 in the bank this year. You make some money. Go put your rent or your mortgage, put it on top line and see how much that is times 12. Okay. If you have that and add a little bit into it, that's all you really need to survive. Y'all be at $20,000. If your rent is $1,000, you're in Philly. Sorry, y'all. Philly's cheaper. It's not 1,000 no more. All right. Because the easy math, I'm gonna do 1,000. But 1,000 times 12 is $12,000. Y'all not making $12,000. So where's the money going? You're making way more, right? Even if you want to make it $2,000 a month, that's $24,000. Y'all making more than $24,000. Even if your expenses were $3,000 a month, now we're getting somewhere. You're making more than $36,000. Where's the rest of the money going? I had to tell myself this. Even if you're spending $4,000, now we got to cut it. We got to cut it. Okay, $4,000. You can live, but $4,000, you need to figure something out. Okay, that's what I was there. I was at $4,000 a month. And then so now you're making more than 48,000. If you're making more than $48,000, because the average, black woman, black man is making $42,000, $44,000 respectively, around that. Now you're living above your means. Did you hear about the credit cards? Oh, baby, we about to get into it today. Did you hear about the credit card debt is going up? Oh, you think Ruth in the bag is not relevant? It's everything. It's everything. You don't have your money right. What you need, you can't go a day without needing money in America. You cannot go a day, right? So you're making more than $48,000. So where's the rest of the money going? Some of y'all making six figures. Where's $52,000 going every single year? Where can you cut? Where can you house hack? Where can you turn your basement to an Airbnb? Where can you get some of your money back? I get it. You're already in a situation. Your mortgage is already this. Your car payment's already that. What else can you do? My lifestyle change was daycare. My lifestyle change was daycare. And guess what? Me and him, we spend the best moment. I'm like, he's getting older. He's closer to 3.5. Like every year, I'm like, okay, the next age, right? He's closer to 3.5. It's a wrap. The whole baby thing is a wrap. Okay, he could follow me around and not bother me and not run into here and not run into there, right? The whole baby thing is about to be a wrap. So he about to be right here with me. Not here right now, so I can talk to y'all and work. You see what I'm saying? So I cut it down. I didn't eliminate daycare completely, but I chopped that down because basically I'm taking money out of my pocket and I'm going to work for them. I'm taking money out of my pocket and I'm giving it to the daycare. I'm taking money out of my pocket, I'm giving it to the car. I'm taking money out of my pocket, I'm giving it to the landlord or the bank. I'm taking money out of my pocket and I'm giving it to them. But what did I use in the first place to get the money? My health, my breath, my hands, my feet, my time, my life. I'm giving up my life to put money in other people's pockets. So if you're at the hookah lounge, you're giving up your money to go make the hookah lounge people rich. You're giving up your money to make the club people rich. So where does it stop? I'm not telling you to stop. I'm telling you cut it down. Do that part-time. You don't have to be full-time. You don't have to be a full-time representative. You're not getting sponsored at all. So I had to say, you know what? And I was really like, oh my gosh, I'm taking money from her. Like, what about me? What about me? Ain't that crazy? That's how we think. Anyway, so that's the broke mindset gone for this week. Okay. And it's so crazy because now when there's money that's sitting in your account left over, you're going to know why, because you cut something that was big down. You didn't have to go and stop drinking coffee. You didn't have to go and see. This is why people don't want to budget, because they think that, oh my gosh, I can't this and that and the third. What I did 50, 30, 20. I knew exactly. I said, what's my 20%? Because y'all don't be sitting there making your whole budget out and writing line by line everything. But I knew I have 20% to spend. So I'm going to do this, that, and then I'll do the budget later. If worst come to worst, if that's what you do, and then you pay your bills, you know you could spend 20% off the bat, or your 30. I'm a tither, so it's just 20. Then another 20 on investing. Now you figure, okay, what am I going to invest in? What am I going to do? What can I do to build my skills? What classes can I take? Right? You can do like those medical courses. You can get your CDL. You could take your money and invest it in so many different places. You can buy books for the things that you want to get done in the future. But millionaires, they start today. They spend some of their money on today and some of their money on tomorrow. I'm going to say it again. Millionaires spend some of their money on today and some of their money on tomorrow. So he says, splurge in some places, but not in all places. What are you trying to prove? I was just about to go and buy some more clothes for the show. I looked at all the, I'm like, child, no, no. I like my money in the bank. No, you're just gonna have to look at it just like this. No, close your eyes. No, not doing it. You better change your lip color, your jacket, your earrings. I'm serious. We're gonna talk about minimalism. Things you don't want to do, but if you don't do it, baby girl, baby boy, it's gonna be curtains. Okay? Curtains. All right. See? Able to give my baby girl some money. So all right. So he says it's about keeping your wealth and not showing your wealth. When I was about to go get I need a little bit more. I need options for my shoes. I need options, right? Y'all can't see my feet. Yo, the best thing I ever did. Let me say, best thing I ever did when I first got into real estate. I would take the little selfie and my little dresses. I really got them from the thrift store. I came from like not having. I had zero money. I used to be a stay-at-home wife. So it was getting divorced, starting from zero, left with nothing, and didn't have not even money to get a sign, $50. I didn't have any money. I was like, how am I going to sell real estate? So I scrounged up my little makeup and I used to take little selfies. And I noticed I would get more likes with the selfies. So I did my makeup and I put a nice shirt on. It wasn't even a whole outfit, a nice shirt on. And I would take my little selfies, get my little things. And then from there, I started selling homes. Not to say that's how you sell homes, but I was consistent and I was showing that was part of it, the branding. Back in the day, selfies was enough. Now you got to do full photo shoots. I'm moving on. So keeping your wealth, not showing your wealth. You don't have to show everybody how much you make because and you get to a certain point where you don't want everybody to know that you make money because they're going to be asking you, hey, I know you got it. Yeah, it's my emergency. Are you going to be there for my emergency? Okay, no, I don't have it. All right. So you have to and splurge today some of your money. Save and invest the rest. So the guy was saying, for the example, he was saying if you make 5 million, live on 2, and then take 3 and invest and save and invest the $3 million, right? So if you have retirement accounts, so what happens? What we don't, when you start the journey, you start to realize, hey, yo, eventually I actually hit my goal. Eventually, see, when I had a scarce mindset, I'm like, I'm going to deplete my savings. I'm never going to have savings again. I'm never going to have money. So mine is a scary place, right? But then I was like, wait, no, I'll fix it. I'll replenish and I'll get to my goal. So what's the next goal? What I'm saying is you knock down one and then you get to the next thing and then you get to the next thing. And that's how you build. Because it's a slow motion, I was getting all last week, don't despise small beginnings. My people that don't go to church, I went to church and guess what the preacher said? Don't despise small beginnings. I was telling somebody I was sliding 50 cents in my account when this started. I told you can go back to episode 1 and I said it. Sliding 50 cents in my account because I wanted to save money. And now it's almost my first goal of filling my emergency fund is almost done. Matter of fact, it'll probably be done by the end of the week. Okay. So it was the principles for me. It was the action taking for me. It was the trust, building the trust financially for me. It was the mindset of saving for me. Then he says, after you invest in your retirement, in businesses, do you want to buy businesses? Do you want to start your kids' future? And something cool happened because, like I said, I had to splurge on myself and I just took myself out to eat. And I wanted something productive to come out of it because I was like, yo, I got the stuff I want to do, but I just had to clear my mind a little bit. And I ended up coming up. I knew he was on. I ended up coming up with a name for a business I want to start because I was intentionally splurging. Intentionally, okay? So there you go. Yep. So now we're going to talk about minimalism, okay? So we went backwards because being a minimalist will get you to millionaire. Being a millionaire, now they say the first million is the hardest million. Because after that, you have money to do things you want to do. To invest the money that you want to invest and grow money. You're learning on this show how to grow money. The reason why I will pay this test is only less than $100. But every time, it's going to give me $20,000 extra a year based off of my production right now. And then as I go forward, it will be another $20, $40, $60, $80,000. But it's all from $100 investment in my career. I gotta be quiet. Those are people taking my money. No, I'm joking. All right. So now let me ask you a question as we move into our topic of minimalism. Minimalism. Let me give think wait, oh, you know what I never thought to do? Y'all give me a second real quick. I want to see something real quick. Hold on, y'all. Insta. Also, I've learned that millionaires know how to invest their time. All right, they know how to invest their time. Yeah, but it ain't 100,000 over asking; it's just like 15,000 over asking. All right, let's see what's up. I could check my own audio. What? What? It says Ruth Live. I had never thought of this. I'll tell you. Girl, let's see. Let me see it. Come on. Oh man, I thought I was late. It's not gonna let me see it. You can't see it live on the computer. Refresh. Try one more time. I want to check my audio because somebody called me. Tap to play. Nope, I can't check it. All right, y'all go ahead and tell me if my Instagram is, if you can hear it or not. So I'm gonna jump off of Instagram. Guys, if you want to watch the rest of this program, go to Ruth Marquise group, okay? Thank you so much, Instagram. See you later. Bye. Tell us what I really got to do. Just jump off Instagram sometime. Okay, so here we go. Now, have you ever stayed at an Airbnb and it was really nice in the Airbnb and they didn't have much out? It was just designed very well. You know, it felt better than the hotel room. I mean, they were suggesting a minimalist lifestyle. You don't really see a lot of clutter. You don't really see a library of books at an Airbnb. So I've gotten the vibe like I want to live like that. Just bring my clothes in, have a nice little spot, whatever. Right? So I've been on this minimalist journey, whether I like it or not, for a minute now. So what was it, a couple years ago, before I got this place, I packed my stuff. I packed my stuff and I took the kids on the road. Okay. We were out and we were doing our thing and I gave up my place or whatever. I learned a lot in that journey. I learned that it's cheaper to rent monthly than to like live that other life than to travel and keep paying every day. It's like way more expensive to travel or to live somewhere else that is not a monthly rent. It's way more expensive. That's the main thing I learned. But the memories were priceless. The time was priceless. And, my oldest daughter's in college, so we will never get those moments in that age range and that time capsule back again. So I'm glad I did it. But it taught me to how much I really need. It put me in a mindset of like that travel, that suitcase life, that traveling life. I've always wanted to do that. And it taught me I don't need that many things. I just need I just need what I need. And it taught you to look at the things you need and the things you don't need. So it's just, so when I put everything in storage, I was like, I don't even use the stuff in storage. So I would suggest that if you have a lot of stuff in your house, put your stuff in storage. See how many times you got to go back to storage. And after a while, try not to go to storage. You'll realize, oh, I don't need all that stuff. Because it's like, where am I going to put it now? So now that I have streamlined everything. Today, I spent this morning actually doing more of the streamlining, more of it, and letting go of more things. But it was such a stronghold in my mind. I got my papers that I have. Oh my gosh, my papers. I wrote my ideas. I wrote my thoughts on my papers. All I want is my papers. And to be honest, that was the second time because when I left with nothing, right? So I left everything there. So that was really the first time I did it. And the second time, I did that voluntarily. Well, that's both voluntarily, but you see what I'm saying? So I knew I could start over with nothing. And it is really freeing not to have so much stuff. And even like, so I'm gonna move on. But it was like, you know how you want somebody to come clean and you just be like, don't touch that, don't touch that, don't touch that. That was me like on my papers. Like my papers come, like I was like, don't touch that. I need that. Because there's business stuff, there's client stuff, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. So I was like, girl, if you don't scan this stuff in the computer, and I should start trashing everything. I'm moving on. All right. So minimalist living, you can already see how just getting rid of a clutter. I walked into somebody's house and that person was older and I was like, you got a lot of stuff. And it almost felt like there's no room here for me. And I was just like, I'm good. Like, if I come here, I would be trashing a lot of stuff. Because over the years, we just got all these knickknacks and all these things. It wasn't a woman. And I was just like, this too much. It really was. Because I'm like, you're not gonna part with these things. And so that's a saying right there. Like you cannot um start something new with a bunch of old things. You gotta be able to clear it out for the next level. Now I don't know. Later on, I might, buy a bunch of things and this and that, and I might clear it out again. But at least I got a clean slate and I could buy because I was like, oh, you can buy new things. Yeah, that's good. You can buy new things. All right. So let's look at this article about minimalism real quick. I'm gonna let you go. All right. So we're gonna see what we can implement in our minimalist lifestyle. So yeah, like I said, not buying a million dresses. I have a ton of dresses, like a ton of them. I'm cool. Not an over amount, but just enough to just I'm good. I'm all right. Just let's do other things. Let's invest. I'm ready. So it's like you have to literally not care what people think. You have to literally not care what people think. Literally, people that see you, you be like, okay, do I want what they have? Who see you? The people at the supermarket, the people at work, the people at the church, or wherever you go out when you go out and party, or you go to the bar. Those people do not pay your bills. They really not paying attention to what you're wearing. You feel self-conscious about what you're wearing, but you can't have a brand new outfit every single day. And when I was watching Love Is Blind, the girl said, she said, I never wear an outfit twice. This is her mantra. Wasting money, thinking it's cute, never wear an outfit twice. And then come to find out she was returning the clothes. You can't keep it up, sis. Just let it go. We all got to repeat something, okay? Oh no, not a repeat outfit. Get off the internet and wear your daggone clothes. If you stop posting on the internet, they won't know what you wore. I'm gonna tell you that. Somebody told me a long time ago, if you go in two different places, those other people don't know what you wore the other day. So just do what you gotta do. All right. And men are good for this. They wear the same suit and switch the shirt. Men know what I'm talking about. Men don't do all this. Some guys, I give you that, but it's very rare that you find a man that got to wear a brand new outfit every single day. No, because they're not trying to waste money. They're trying to do what we're talking about, which is build, and they know they need their money to build. All right, and men don't have somebody else to be like, oh, I'll pay your bills for you, I'll build for you, I'll do all that. No, they don't have that. So they have really it's really wise for them to like be serious about their money so they don't have to work forever. Okay, here we go. 9 ways minimalism changed my life for the better. All right. So number 1 is making decisions. Let's talk about it, okay? It's not hard to make decisions when you know what your values are. I agree. That's why I said when I made the 50-30-20 rule, it's like the guidelines. I go by the guidelines. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to be like, oh my gosh, what bills do I have to pay? What is this one? 50-30-20. Let's go. Make more money. That's it. All right. The majority of people start their minimalism journey by decluttering their clothes. I ask myself questions like this: is our item spark joy? Do I like this item? Do I feel good wearing it? A lot of times you need to declutter and throw away your cheap clothes and buy more expensive clothes. That's what I think, because some of the things don't be it doesn't last. But decluttering your environment can help you declutter your mind, can help you declutter your money. Come on, somebody. All right, values. All right. As you're getting rid of clothes that don't fit anymore, you gain clarity on what you should keep in your life. It makes you change your priorities when you are a minimalist, right? You change your priorities. Do I really care what everybody else is doing and what everybody else is thinking, right? When it comes to clothes, you are thinking about think about How do you want to create your personal style? How do you want to present yourself? How do you want to feel? You got to learn the art of mixing and matching, my friend. I started playing with my clothes and start putting things, sporty things with the dresses, and everybody loved it. So it's just about mixing and matching and finding more ways to remix your clothes. That's really what it's about. If you're really going to spend all your money on clothes, my friend, clothes is not going to help you retire. And I mean, you might grow out of them clothes if you're not doing what you need to do. You might get a little heavy, then they're not gonna be good for nothing. All right, priorities. But looking good is important. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. All right, priorities. The principle of priority states you must know the difference between what is urgent, what is important, and you must do what's important first. This is a grown person conversation. Grown person conversation. You have priorities. So you telling me that you rather waste your money on X, Y, and Z, knowing you have a kid that's in college or going to college, knowing that your kids are going to need you one day, and you like this could only last so long. You by yourself, not having any responsibilities, is going to only last so long. There's going to be a point where you have a child, and then you have to take care of you and the child. There's going to be a point that you're going to get weaker and older, and you're going to have to take care of yourself double time, right? Without the work. So you have to take care of the same lifestyle with half the health. Hopefully not half the health, but you can't do the same thing you're doing right now. May not, like you're going to get worn out. We're on this treadmill in America. I hope you know that. How are you going to get off that treadmill at 65, at 70, at 75? 75-year-olds can't do what 35-year-olds can do, but you have no plan. Your plan is, I'm going to be nice today. All right. The principle of priorities, okay? Know what's urgent and what's important, right? I was speaking to somebody earlier and I was like, yeah, we're doing what's important. Like that's progress. You feel like a success when you're handling things you know you need to handle. All right. Minimalism changed my life and had a huge impact on setting my priorities. I used to put on my to-do list whatever I could think of is more than a brain dump, than a list of things that were important for me to get done. Additionally, minimalism changed my life in this area by increasing my productivity level. I did not find myself procrastinating while thinking about what I would do next. So I guess minimalism will be when I made the time map of my week, where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to do, and who I'm supposed to do with. Now it's like, I need everything set in stone. I don't need a boss. I'm my own boss, but I need everything like, this is the plan. Follow the plan. If you don't need something and you have duplicates, you throw it out. If you don't use it within 30 days, you have guidelines that you follow for your life and you start to build principles in. Once you learn principles that help your life, like minimalism. Part of my night routine is to make a to-do list for the day ahead. I stick to one of them. Listen, the first time, I definitely picked this dress out last night. And I was like, yay. Like, I swear, I tried. No, I don't try. And I just started trying. Yeah. But in the morning, it's just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to wear? Time. I started valuing my time more. Like, in other people's time, i.e., I started showing up on time for appointments. Look at that. In college, I developed a habit of being late because a lot of times you're doing too many things. You're doing too much, and that's why you can't handle the life you have, and it's just stressing you out. And then you're going to be late to things that are important, and your reputation is going to suffer because of that. But when you simplify your life, you know where you're supposed to be. You have a couple minutes before. That's starting to happen to me now, where I can breathe. And I know that I don't have a panic attack where you do multiple things. You're like, I'm supposed to be somewhere. I'm supposed to be somewhere. I'm supposed to do something. No, I have a time block that I can do that in. And I told you guys, episode 2, that if I can just get my time right, I'll make more money. And what happened? I was scrambling and I was making money, but my time wasn't right. So I lost. I got money on this end, but I lost the other money that I was going for. I wasn't able to hit those goals. So you'll be able to hit all your goals that you set that are reasonable. You see how I keep adjusting and tweaking like that? Keep adjusting and keep tweaking every single week. And I produce a better result every week. So next week, I expect better results, maybe double, maybe double. Why not? Because I have proven to myself that I can do these things because I kept to my rules. All right. Number 5, we're talking about minimalism, quality over quantity. Make sure you guys you subscribe to the channel, our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell if you want to know when new videos are coming out. When it comes to shopping, which I really do, I focus on purchasing quality items rather than piling up the things I find at discounted prices, right? Oh, also, the YouTubers that were doing the show every day versus the quality content. For me, I went from doing content every single day. It's not that my content was not quality because I spent most of the day preparing for it. But now when I try to put so many things together, right? I used to just be focused on my real estate business and YouTube. Now I can fit so many more things, and because I streamlined the process. I streamlined it and I do the relationship show only on Thursdays. You see, everything is affecting the other thing. So putting out daily content is your priority and you want to make sure there's a video blog post up every day. Oftentimes it could mean you're not providing value that the readers or the viewers expect. What's so interesting is the approach I'm taking, I'm able to do more with less. I'm able to do 3 shows instead of 1 show because I compressed it. I made it more simple. I streamlined my process. So now, while I'm about to get ready for another show, comments, oh my gosh, this was so amazing on the last show. And it was a totally different topic, a totally different audience. The next thing on minimalism, sharing. Only recently have I found so many ways to share things I don't need. I was at the library one day. I saw a book when people leave their books for others to take. When I moved away for a few months, I didn't have any books with me, so I Decided to Die, came back home, I bought that book. I never read the same book twice. I absolutely love that book. New Year's Eve, I did some decluttering. I ended up with a bag of cosmetics, toiletries, coconut bowls I never used. A few days later, my cousin was telling me how she wanted to buy a coconut bowl. She was really happy when I gave her the one I had, right? Going through your stuff and getting rid of things, it could be valuable to someone else. When have a good inventory of what you have, you know what you can let go as well. Go through your here's an idea. Go through your stuff and consider giving others things you don't need or enjoy anymore. There are people that's going to appreciate it, or animals. 9, minimalism changed my life and taught me to say no. Okay? You got more than money left for the day, honey. Yes. Let today be a new beginning for you. Give yourself permission to say no without feeling guilty, mean, or selfish. Anybody who gets upset or expects you to say yes all of the time clearly doesn't have your best interest at heart. Always remember you have a right to say no without having to explain yourself. Be at peace with your decisions. It's okay to say no, right? Minimalism has taught her that, or him, it's okay to let go of things that don't serve me anymore, right? I learned to say no and let go of sentimental items to free up my space and mind of old emotional clutter. Because when I walk in my space, I want to smell my candles. I want to look at a clean place. I want it to be organized. And that does a lot for my mental health. My mental health is my money maker. My mental health is my money maker. So now I'm more focused and I'm making more money because I became a minimalist, because I kept putting my things away. Come on now. It taught that embracing a minimalist lifestyle has taught me the importance of prioritizing my own happiness in every way, shape, and form. Minimalism is a journey of self discovery. It's not about the clothes you're going to keep or get rid of. It's about finding value in your life and learning to say no to everything that does not align with your values. And it feels, find what feels good and say no to everything else. That is not selfish, it's necessary. Okay. So here we are. We have reviewed my financial report card. Y'all didn't tell me what y'all did yet. I'm waiting. Enter your progress in the comment section. Even if you don't want to say, Ruth, I made such and such a day, or I saved such and such a day, you can say, hey, I funded my emergency fund. If you want to help other people, I need you to join me in this fight. Join us. Okay. Join us and let us know if the information is helping you to motivate you. A lot of times, it's not about brand new information. Information will blow your mind. You cannot even attempt to do the things that you really want to do because you don't have the basics done. This is the basics. This is the foundation. Sometimes we be doing so much that we don't even have the foundation. When bad things happen, we're unprepared because we don't have the foundation. Y'all know the three little piggies? And then one made this house from straw, one out of bricks. What was the other one? I forgot the other one. Sticks, straw, and bricks. You want to be building those bricks one by one by one. That is the show. Will Smith said it perfectly. Every day, I want to put in a perfect, he was trying to build a wall. He focused on putting that brick the most perfectly he can into that spot, right? And the next day, another brick, and the next day, another brick. Pretty soon, the wall was done. And it didn't need to be done again. Lay the foundation. Put the bricks into place. That's going to change your life. As long as I look nice every day, I don't necessarily need to go and buy this pretty thing and this pretty thing and this pretty thing. As long as I do what I got to do, same level of respect. Well, I see people I just decided that it's not, I looked at the self-care list. I was like, oh, doing my nails is such a self-care thing. But I just don't like giving them the money. Because it's not relaxing when they're like, fix your hand. Don't move. That's not relaxing to me. Maybe I need another nail salon. It's not relaxing, and I don't feel good giving them my money. I just don't. You see what I'm saying? I love the nails, but then I'm just like, but what about my future, right? What about my children's future? I have to make the extra sacrifice. So much is given, much is required. So I'm making the sacrifice for my children and my children's children, my children's children's children to be okay. So if I got to give that up, if I got to give up top spot and nails up, or I got to give up top spot in the brand new hairstyle or the brand new outfit, that's just going to complicate my life because you still got to watch. Like when you see a bunch of dishes, like you have all the dishes in the world, you got to wash more dishes. Same thing, you got to wash more clothes. I don't want to wash more clothes. Matter of fact, I'm about to get rid of some clothes so I can wash less clothes. Facts, okay? So we went through that. We talked about millionaire tips in this episode. We talked about minimalism in this episode. I mean, what more do y'all want? We went through I gave you my numbers. I gave you what I spent my money on. I put my money where my mouth is. Okay? And now that the money is saved up, you can invest in your credit even more. You can take your credit game to the next level, knowing that you got money in the bank. Can't do it without money, y'all. Can't make moves without money. Got to. They say no money down, no money, no this, no that. No, you need some money. Because even while you're going away, you're doing something new, you still got to pay your old bills. So you need to fortify yourself as much as you can to get it done. Guys, thank you so much. I have to conserve my time now. I'm being a minimalist. I can't do long shows no more. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Ruth in the bag. Yeah. I will see you next week. Bye. If you like the show, let us know in the comment section if you did. Bye.